All right, Happy New Year, New United Currency and Coin. We are here right now. So, in this video, we're going to go over the trinaries or three consecutive digits. All right, now I've got a big binder here. Right now, we've got to go past the first one and go to the second one. So, I'm going to explain this as thoroughly and as carefully as I can. I love this tripod, by the way. All right, so let's go over trinary. What is a trinary note? Okay, so here we actually have two direct distinct dollar bills that you can clearly see. Now, let's look at the serial numbers of the bills. When we look at serial numbers, we're looking at the numbers in them. So this is a 37377 399. The unique digits inside of this serial number are 3, 7, and 9. If the last digit here was 8 or any digit was a different one, it would not be considered a trinary. A trinary note is a currency bill that has serial numbers on it with 3 unique digits. Now, if the digits don't repeat, let's say this was 3737777, right? That would be a binary note because it only has 2 unique digits. This has 3. The unique digits are 3, 7, and 9. Those are the unique digits, and these are good. Now, this is what we want in a trinary. Now, someone wrote on this note, so its value is going to go down. However, I do want you to notice something very interesting, and it's not just about the note, it's about the end part. You see how there's a lot more space on this, but this dollar bill doesn't have that same amount? That's something unique that I do want to show you, and I do want you to actually see. Not so much as the end parts here, but these parts. This actually has twice as much space as this. Now, would that be valuable to a collector? No, not really, because this part here is the dollar bill. That's what you actually call the clear border. Okay, and there, if you look carefully, there's a first border and then the inside part for the bill, which has that. If you have a dollar bill that doesn't have that, that is a mistake print, and that is significantly worth a lot more. Okay, now what makes your dollar bill worth a lot? And you can clearly see, look at the end of this. There's very little over here right now, but you do have a lot more here. So this bill set might have actually been pushed a little bit to the right. So again, things that you see clearly can definitely help you out. Now, let's look at the 3 unique digits for this one. We have a 555 96965. So the unique digits are 5, 9, and 6. There's no other number here. Okay. Now this also has an A and a B. Any numbers there that are the same or next to each other inside of the bill on the alphabet can bring the price up. Okay, this is very good. Now, if I had 4 5s that were touching, like this 9 was a 5, this bill would be considered a quad, which is these digits here that are together and consecutive. Okay, that's very good. Okay, now let's look to another one because I want to make sure that the examples I'm giving are clear. Okay, we have another one here that's a 4 6 6 6 7 4 4 4. Now this is very good because we actually have the bills here, these numbers. This is consecutive. Okay, so this is what you would call a triple consecutive. 666 444. Now it's a double, which is good. Now, again, the value of these specific digits here is up to the person buying it. If they said, hey, I'll give you $5 for that bill, it's up to you if you want to sell it to them. If you want to keep it, it's up to you. Okay. Now, let's go up to the next one we actually have. We have 77997. Now, here's the thing. Very, very good for this one here, because if this 8 was a 7, we would have a binary with a high status. What is high status? The numbers are 7s, 8s, and 9s. So this dollar bill here that is in very good condition is actually worth more face value just because of the numbers. Now, this already is a trinary right now. But if this 8, this is the only different digit here, was a 7 or a 9, it would automatically be a binary, and the value would jump up to between $20 and $200. Now, what is the value of a trinary note? The value of trinary notes is between $3 to $5. However, if you have different digits that are touching or radars within that, like you have a double nine here, a double seven here, you got another double there, the value of it will go between, I'd say, about $10 to about $35. Now, again, depending on who wants to buy it from you is something, but always know the value of what you're selling at. If someone says, hey, I'll give you $1 for this, I'm like, no. Are you kidding me? This is a trinary note right now. The only difference is this is an 8. If this was any other number, I'm going to charge you $100 for it. Okay? Now, let's go over different bills here because, again, we have the binder, and I want to make sure we go over that. Okay? So, let's go over these here. Now, what we actually have here is very, very beautiful right now. We have a 2, 2, 7, 3, 2, 2, 7, 2. Beautiful repetition here right now. The 2s are touching, so that can actually bring the value of this bill even higher, up to higher than 50 cents there with an addition. There's no cracks, there's no creases. This one is in very good condition, actually. The one on the top isn't. You can actually see it's been old, it's been passed around. It's very, very different right now. Okay. Now, the value again would be between $3 and $5, but it actually has to be a trinary. We know that this is a trinary note. However, looking at what it is, do we have anything touching, or do we have any high numbers? The high numbers we have are the 7s, but there's not enough. That doesn't take up at least 50% of it. Remember, there's 8 digits. Taking up 50% basically means that there are going to be 4 7s here, or that's going to be 50% of the serial number. Okay, here we have a 05060650. This is very, very good. 3 unique digits are 6, 0, and 5. Now we do have a bit of a repeat here, which is very good. But again, the value is going to be up to the person buying it. Obviously, this bill is going to be worth more than this bill. Okay, much more. All right, now we're not done. We're going to go over one of the high status ones we actually have. We have 2 of them here to actually show you. Okay, now we're going to go over some high status ones here. Why is this high status? 808000884. All right, now this is a high status bill. Why? High numbers on that are 8. The 8s here do take up 50% of the serial number. That's very, very good. Now, here they have the 4. If that 4 wasn't there and it was a 0 or an 8, we consider this a binary note, and its status would more than triple. Okay? Now, it's very good that there's a 4 here, because I have trinary, which is very good. The status is definitely going to be high. Now, again, we do have some wear and tear on the bill itself, and that's going to be there, but there's nothing you can really do about that in the end. Now, what do we have here? Here we actually have something very interesting. We have 3 different things here that are going on. All right, we do have condition, which is a bit bad, but watch this: 777-97972. Okay, just like this. Actually, it's very interesting. It's the last digit here, which is different, and the last digit here is actually different. That's very interesting. Just saw that. Now, what are the high numbers we have here? 7 and 9. Again, 7, 8s, and 9s are high status numbers that do bring value to the bill, okay, along with its condition. Now, 2 is the low number, but if we had switched that out and that was a different one, that would definitely be a binary. What is the value of this bill here? The value of this bill, okay, if anything was touching, and what do we have? We have 7s that are touching, okay? These are triplets. The value of this bill is going to be upwards of $3 to about $10. Okay, we do have some wear and tear, so they might only offer you about 6 for it. Okay, now it's going to be 6 because it's going to be a trinary note: 777-97972. Okay, very simple. We're going to look at another one here: 938-33993. You do have 9s that are touching and 3s that are touching. Now, you do actually have something very interesting: 9899. High numbers do take up 50% of the serial number. However, this is an okay condition, but at the end of the day, it is a trinary note. Okay? Now, On the next part of it right now, we also have this one here. And this is going to be a 5-5-2, 5-5-2, 2-6. Fives are touching, fives are touching, twos are touching. This actually is a triple consecutive note because we actually have 5-5, 5-5, 2-2. Now, it's also a trinary note because, look at that. The 6 on the end of it is the only thing. It's the same thing with these ones here. Very interesting. It's always the end one. I don't know why that is, but it's good to know. Okay, so that's what we actually have. Okay, that is my trinary collection that I have. Now, what is it worth? If I were to look at each bill and say 3 to 5, I'll basically give it the low $3 to $3.50 for each bill, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 times 3.5 would be about $30.50, which is pretty good. All right, that is the trinary collection. That's how you identify them, and you can do that for different currencies, but that's what we actually have. All right, United Currency and Coin and Pro Dumpster Diver. Have a good day.